Slide into your mind so silky.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am doing a makeup look and tutorial demo review of some new products. So without any further ado, let's get into today's video. I zoomed you all in, and I'm gonna start off with my primer. I'm gonna use the Bite Beauty Game Changer Skin Optimizing Primer. And I cut myself earlier with my knife as I was trying to make an arrangement because I was just cutting the stems. So unfortunately I nicked myself, but it's not too bad. It's not terrible. For foundation, I'm gonna use the Bite Beauty, this is the Game Changer Supercharged Micellar Foundation in the shade L30. And don't really have foundation brush, so this will do. I'm gonna do my base first, and then I'll go in with the eyes. I'm actually sitting in my dining room. So we finally got a dining table, and I thought the painting behind was a nice backdrop, even though it's kind of dark. The window is that way, so getting natural light is a little bit difficult. So just kind of working with it. I'm gonna use my Fit Glow Beauty Concealer. Got this bad boy right here I wanna cover up. A bit around my nose. And around my eyes. It's pretty bad. In terms of like my dark circles. And then I'm gonna use the Fit Glow double-ended concealer brush. I don't always use this, but if I am going for like a thicker, higher coverage, I do like this. I'm also gonna use my finger too, because my finger adds a bit of warmth, so I feel like it helps to melt the product. Foundation itself isn't too dewy. I feel like it is giving a pretty skin-like finish. For bronzer, I'm going to use the 100% Pure Cocoa Pigmented Bronzer in the shade Cocoa Gem. Just do like a light dusting everywhere. I'm currently dehydrating some limes and lemon slices so that I can use it for some cocktails. We just repurposed this bookshelf that we've been kind of just like displaying in our like living room slash dining kitchen area. I do live in a condo, so it's kind of a very open concept, so that there is really no definitive dining room, definitive living room. So it was kind of just there before and displaying some of our like dinner and entertainment serveware and dinnerware and glasses and stuff. But since we have gotten a dining table, it's kind of centered the room, so we are able to actually kind of repurpose the bookshelf as a little bit of an entertainment center. So I've created a bar, we got some new glassware, and it's super fun. And I was looking at some like cocktail, not necessarily the alcohol, but some of the things that you'll put in a cocktail. So for example, like bitters, and I came across this website that was selling dehydrated limes and lemons for the cocktails, and I thought it was a fun idea to buy, but they were quite expensive. So what I just went ahead and did is DIY'd. So in the process of doing that, hopefully it turns out, because I'm kind of gambling right now of whether or not it's gonna work, so we will see. I don't see any blush here right now, so I'll just do my eyebrows. We'll do our eyeshadow. So yeah, the process of dehydrating without a dehydrator is you put it in the oven. So you do thinly sliced fresh lemon and lime, and then you set your oven for 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and you basically keep your lemons and limes in the oven for anywhere from like 3 to 6 hours, just depending on like how juicy they are, what the size is. Sometimes the different citrus requires more or less time, so I don't know, it's my first time, so we'll see. I'm excited because I think having like a dehydrated lime or something in a margarita or a Moscow Mule will look super cool and chic, and having it displayed will look cool as well. So that's what we're doing. Now on to the Spotlight products. Ilia sent me earlier this week this new launch that they have, and I'm just seeing they sent me 4 of their 8 shades. And which ones do I have? I have Sheen, Hatch, Glaze, and Fresco, and they kind of just look like a bunch of like mixed metals, but I will show you. Now these are liquid to powder eyeshadows. They feel really interesting, like kind of creamy. Now there have been so many of these products kind of launching. You have the ones from Kosas, which are the 10-second eyeshadows, and then I know that Wander Beauty has something similar. I feel like there was another brand that also did something similar to this, and now Ilia's coming out with them. So I do like these because they're not too liquidy. I don't own any of the Kosas ones, but I have tested them in store, for example at Sephora, and I found them incredibly runny, where these are a little bit more creamy, and they do dry down pretty quickly into a kind of like soft velvety powder. So like I said, 8 shades in total. They are all metallic shades, and they say clean, high pigmented, water-based eyeshadow that transforms into a weightless wash of creaseless, budge-proof color. Metallic hues range from your everyday neutrals to a vivid pop of color. So I've just swatched the ones that I have right here on my hand. This one is Fresco, and Fresco is kind of like a cool, bronzy, it almost has, yeah, it's definitely a cool taupey brown. And then I have the shade Glaze, and this one is a pretty kind of like peach tone beige. Then the next one underneath, this one's very interesting. It's called Hatch, and it's definitely kind of like a dried basil green. Very interesting. I find this definitely more like of a metallic sheen than it is like sparkly. Like I find this one incredibly sparkly, where this one almost kind of looks matte even though it is a metallic. And the last one we have is Sheen, and it's this really beautiful like copper metallic. I really wanted to do a very simple, easy, smoky eye, and I think the best bet is going to be this top one, which is Fresco. And I find actually that the color changes after they've dried down. So this is just re-swatched, and this is it dried down. So very interesting. So I'm gonna go in with Fresco, and I think I'm just gonna go like right onto my eyelid with this. Let me just zoom you in. Okay. So I'm just applying that onto my eyelid. And then I'm gonna go in with a synthetic bristled brush. This is the Sephora Pro Concealer brush, but I'm gonna use it because it's pretty large, just to get the whole eyelid surface area and just start blending it out. So after I've gone in with that, I'm gonna use a different fluffy brush and just kind of blur out the edges. It actually dries pretty quickly, so it gets like, it still feels tacky, but it gets pretty stiff. So you do have to work quite quickly. I feel like I have like a patch here, but I want it to be darker. It's doing a very light wash. So I'm gonna do the other eye and then I'm gonna go back and see if I can deepen. Okay, so there's the one layer on both eyes, and I'm just gonna go back and try and deepen it. Try a bit of a smaller brush. So I feel like that worked quite well. I'm just gonna do it on the other side. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go underneath my lash line. And what I'm gonna do for that, I have this small synthetic bristled brush, and I think I'm just gonna grab some of the product directly from the applicator and then use the brush to smudge that under the eyes. So the wet formula looks a lot more warm, and then once it blends in and kind of dries down into the powder, it looks cooler. Use the fluffy brush. And it kind of gives us that like 90s grunge look. Crazy that this is just with one eyeshadow. So let's do some mascara. I'm using the Honest Beauty mascara. I'll zoom you out. So for blush, I'm gonna use the Hand Cosmetics Bloom Brush Blush. Just a nice kind of like soft pink. And then for lips, I'm gonna go in with the Lily Lolo. This is the lip liner in Soft Nude. And for lipstick, I'm using the Saint Cosmetics City of Angels, which is like a nice pinky nude. Looks a bit pinky, so I'm just gonna run the lip liner over it just to tone down the pink. And that's the completed look. Literally get that grungy brown smoky eye with just a single eyeshadow. And that was simply using the one Ilia liquid powder chromatic eye tint in the shade Fresco. And then again, we have all of those other shades, which I will use in a future tutorial. But yeah, I really like the way that this turned out. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.